Welcome back to Deep in the Heart of Texas 4-H, the official Texas 4-H podcast. I'm Callie, and we are here with a bonus episode today. We are going to be discussing our upcoming Foundation Development District events, as well as what that even is, what FDD means, what the process is for that, who those people are. So a little bit of everything about that in a quick episode for you guys today. And joining me, I have Sydney Pennington with the Texas 4-H Foundation. How's it going, Sydney?
It's going great. How is it going for you?
I'm doing great. Okay, so you're one of our newer faces around the foundation. So introduce us to yourself and tell us how long you've been with the foundation.
Yeah, for sure. I have been with the foundation since October of last year. So I'm still kind of learning the ropes, learning how nonprofit kind of works, the world, board members, and honestly, AgriLife and all of those things. But I'm the senior business administrator here under David. I work next to Bailey Wright, who everyone loves and adores, who we stole from programs. So yay us. And I've really enjoyed being here and just getting to see the work that we do and the impact that we have on all of these kids all around Texas, especially through all of our grants and our programs and especially our scholarships.
Fantastic. Well, we are certainly happy to have you on the team for foundation, but also being, related to programs. So we're happy to have you on the team for program and foundation for 4-H across the state.
Thank you.
Okay, so you have the lead over our foundation development districts now in your role. So, give us just a little overview of what those are, what that means, before we go into talking about the events.
Of course, yeah. So David White, our CEO and president, came on to the foundation, I think 6 years ago. And at the time, we had 12 districts. So the entire state is divided into 12 districts, which equals 254 counties. And that's a lot of counties, that's a lot of people. And so what was happening is on his boards, his members of the board, he realized that a lot of those people were mainly just from two places, which was Fort Worth and San Antonio, which is great, right? Like we have a lot of people there, they're highly populated and whatnot. But he realized that he really wanted more representation throughout the entire state. So when he's making decisions for the foundation, he wanted to make sure that people from Amarillo were represented and people from Corpus Christi were represented and the Valley and West Texas. And he was noticing that the people on his board really weren't representative of the entire state, and the decisions he made affects those people. And so what he did is he took the 12 districts and divided them up into 6 FDDs, which are the Foundation Development Districts. And now we have FDD groups, basically. So each member of our board is part of one of these groups, meaning that they live and they work with 4-H youth in their own district. And so obviously some of them are a little bit more populated. So West Texas, we only have 5 members of the FDD group, and Central Texas, which has Fort Worth, and Dallas has probably like 10 or 15. So it definitely still varies, but we still have the representation from all over the state, which I think is really important. And then within each FDD, one of the stipulations of being a part of the board, being on these FDD committees, basically, is each one has to have one fundraiser per year, so that we are constantly doing the best that we can as the foundation and as board members to raise money for the 4-H the 4-H youth in that FDD. And each FDD varies on how many counties are in them, but we try to keep them as equal as possible. And these fundraisers raise money for grants and scholarships throughout all of the counties within that FDD. And so that's kind of a little bit about the foundation development districts and where they came from, why we do them, and the benefit of having them divided out that way.
Yeah, thank you for that explanation. I think that clears up a lot about like how it's organized and who's kind of representing these various districts. And so I think that clears up a lot. So these board members are, for lack of a better term, in charge of establishing a fundraiser in their area, right? And then from there, you kind of take the lead of making those events happen. Is that kind of how that works?
Yes, absolutely. So when I first started here, I definitely hit the ground running pretty quickly. And so one of the first things I did was I set up meetings with each one of the FDD committees. So everyone that lives inside that FDD and the board set up meetings with them and said, "Hey, listen, we need to start planning a fundraiser," and we kind of all hashed it out. Made some decisions on like the type of event. So whether it was the skeet shoot, the fishing tournament, or a different event, talked through kind of what would be best for that district, and then rallied the troops. And so a lot of this honestly is very fueled by our board members, because our board members are the people who know people in their FDDs. The people who live in these FDDs, they have the connections and the means to make these events really successful by spreading the word and giving them out to all of their friends, and making sure that they're doing the most on their Facebook pages and their email lists. And honestly, they're the biggest driving force. I'm just the logistics girl. So I make sure that the venue is booked and that the food will be there on time and that the goodie bags are put together. But the board is really the driving force of what makes these events successful. And so far, everyone's been doing a really good job of, like I said, rallying the troops and getting people to join, and really trying to raise money and awareness for 4-H and in their respective FDDs.
That's awesome. Well, big thank you to our foundation board members and the work that they're doing to raise money. I know that the kiddos across the state really appreciate what they're doing. So, big thank you to them. All right, so we have got 4 events coming up this spring. So let's just walk through each one of those to give everybody an idea of what's going on, how they can participate, when they are, all the things, okay? So let's start with the first one, the Clover Classic Clay Shooting Competition on March 13th. So tell us a little bit about that event.
Yes, for sure. So, Clover Classic Clay Shootout, that's going to be in Fort Worth, Texas at Defender Outdoors. Um, Clay Sports Range, I think is what it's called. Don't quote me on that. But Defenders is one of the literal top places to go shoot in all of the Dallas Fort Worth area. As soon as you mention it, or as soon as you mention like a clay shoot in Fort Worth, if people know it well enough, they will ask you if it's at Defender. So it's a very, very, very well respected, very highly sought after event space. They also do a whole bunch of other things. They do defensive shooting, so you can learn as like basically almost like a single person, like living on their own. You can take defensive classes. You can take competitive shooting classes. So they do a lot of really great work in the community and things like that. And so that's where it'll be, and that's in just a couple of weeks. And all of our events are available on the Texas 4-H Foundation website on the main page and under our events. So you can definitely register there. But we've got some really, really cool buckles as prizes this year. The buckles are beautiful. So each team member, we're going to have winners for overall best female shooter, overall best male shooter, overall best youth if we have any youth sign up, and then we'll have the overall best team. But it'll be a really, really fun event. We'll have a gun board. We have the meat board who is donating their food for our lunch. So it's going to be barbecue and things like that. So they're going to come show up and donate that lunch for us. We're going to have some extra shots if people need to buy extra shots for mulligans. And I think it'll be a really, really fun event. And I'm praying for a beautiful day. I know March can be kind of up in the air on whether it's going to be warm or cold, but praying for warm weather. And I think it'll be just a super fun day to raise money for 4-H.
Awesome. Okay, so big important things with this one, March 13th. Okay. In Fort Worth. Let's see. We've got registration. So 750 for a team or 200 for an individual. Just for
Right.
clarification purposes on all of these events, are these for youth or adults?
All of them are adult focused, since adults for lack of a better term, have the money to donate, but we are definitely welcoming kids. So if there are any youth in the area who participate in their local 4-H shooting program, definitely invite them to come. We hope that they do come because honestly, we're there for them anyways. So youth and are accepted at all of our events. If there is alcohol at any of these events, obviously they won't be able to drink, and we will handle that accordingly. However, definitely welcome if parents want to buy a team and invite their kids. 100% okay.
And how many people make a team?
4.
4 people on a team, okay? And if someone wants to maybe just donate or sponsor, is that an opportunity, or do they need to participate as a team or individual to support this event?
Absolutely not. You do not have to participate at all. We have multiple ways to donate. You can become a sponsor. And sponsorships come with certain perks, and that all is on a registration page, as well as a general donation option at the very, very, very bottom of that registration page. So if you want to just donate to the event, definitely is an option. Our lowest sponsorship level for this event is $200, and that's for our station sponsors. So we definitely encourage you to if you're not wanting to do a big sponsorship, you're not wanting to pay for a team. We do have a $200 sponsorship, and that gets your logo put on the stations. So it's a 10 station shoot, and so each team has to go to each station in order to complete the competition. So it's really, really great marketing for you and your company if you want to just do something small.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, we hope to see everybody on March 13th at the Clover Classic Clay Shoot to impact the youth in districts 4 and 5. So, like Sydney said, go over to the Texas 4-H Foundation website for that registration or sponsorship information. Okay. Let's move on to the next one coming up. We've got our Texas 4-H Slam Bay Fishing Tournament on March 28th and 29th. Tell us about that one.
Oh, yes. This one has been humbling, Callie. It has been very humbling. I have never been bay fishing in my life, so this was an experience to put together, to say the least. However, I am very excited about it. This one will be definitely one of the longer weekends, but it'll be super, super fun. So the first day, so each team is 4 people. We have 3 different registration levels. So if you have your own boat and you are confident in your boating and fishing abilities, we can put together a team for $750, and that's just you and your team out there fishing, and then you get to attend the awards and reception. We Our next level of registration is $1,000. This does not give you your own boat, but it does give you access to our VIP dinner the night before on Friday the 28th. And then we have the highest level of registration, which is $1,500, and that gets you a boat and a guide, and access to the VIP dinner as well. So that's our highest level. It's obviously the most expensive, but it gets you included in everything. You get to have dinner at the Key Lagro Yacht Club, and you get to have a boat guide. And all of these rules and registration can also be found on the 4-H Foundation homepage and events page. But Friday night we'll have a mandatory captain's meeting at 5:30 at the Key Lagro Yacht Club. Only one member of each team has to be present for that. At 6 p.m., the VIP dinner will take place. We're hoping that everybody that signs up for a team also signs up to come to this VIP dinner. It'll be a super fun time. There'll be exclusive raffle items. We'll do a super nice dinner. We'll have announcements. It'll be super great. Fishing will start on Saturday, March 29th at 7 a.m. and will end at 5 p.m. Our weigh-in will be from 3 to 5, and then the awards and reception will start at 4. That way, for people who come to the weigh-in early can start relaxing, having some appetizers, maybe a beer or two. So it'll be a super, super fun-filled weekend. If you like to fish, or maybe your kid's never been bay fishing before, this would be a great opportunity to get out there and really start off the springtime strong.
All right, fantastic. This one sounds super fun. I know nothing about bay fishing, but it sounds like it's going to be a great time. So I hope to see everybody March 28th and 29th, to support the youth in Districts 9 and 11 at the Slam Bay Fishing Tournament. Is there a deadline to register for this event?
So there is not a deadline. Um, and we are accepting late registrations on the day of. One thing that I do want to kind of also say for those who are listening, I would definitely go to our website and go to our event page. We have the rules posted, and just to be clear, these rules were not written by me. We have hired professionals, so these people know what they're talking about, and um, our rules include what our categories will be and what all of the side plots will be. So if you're really interested in this, please read the rules. That'll give you the most information. And this is in Rockport, Texas. I don't even think I mentioned it, but it's in Rockport.
Fantastic. And we've mentioned it a couple times now, just so everybody knows, and we'll put this below as well in the text with this podcast, but Texas4HFoundation.org is the website that we've been referencing. That's Texas4HFoundation.org with no hyphen in between 4 and H. So head there for all the registration and information for these events. Okay, next up on April 5th, we've got the Clovers and Clays shootout in San Angelo. Tell us about that one.
That one will be very, very similar to the Clover Classic. It'll just be in San Angelo, Texas. So it'll be a shootout. This one's taking place at um, the San Angelo Clay Club. I don't remember the name of it exactly, but also a very popular place for 4-H to actually go take shoots or do shootout competitions, especially for like the local 4-H chapter. It'll be very similar, 10 shoot station. We definitely still need some sponsors for this one. It'll be later in the year, so April, hopefully we'll skip the rain, but $750 registration per team, 200 per individual. Lunch and breakfast will be provided. There will be the buckles will be the prizes as well as we'll have second and third place prizes too. This one should be a lot of fun. This one supports all of West Texas, which is a very, very, very wide, not as populated area. So we're definitely encouraging people from districts 10 and 12 to also join if they're feeling they're feeling generous, but very similar to the Clover Classic.
All right, found fantastic. And um, can people also just sponsor here? Do they have to participate?
Absolutely. Same deal as with the Clover Classic. If you'd like to just sponsor or if you'd like to just donate, all of those options are available on the registration page, which is on our website.
Awesome. And so we hope to see everyone on April 5th for the Clovers and Clays shootout in San Angelo to support the youth in Districts 6 and 7. Okay, and last but not least, scheduled for right now, we have on Friday, April 11th, a Kevin Fowler concert in Waco. So shifting gears from those competitions to just a night of fun. So tell us about the concert, Sydney.
Absolutely. This one is the one I am definitely most excited about. 4-H Foundation has never done a concert, especially on this scale. So we are going to have Kevin Fowler come out and play at the Extraco Event Center, which is the same location that Hot Fair happens in Waco. A lot of people are familiar with Hot Fair with Wes Allison, who is CEO and president of the Extraco Event Center. So he's been super great through this whole process, definitely championing this event for us. The opener will be David Adam Burns, which is just a Texas country artist who is up and coming. We are very excited for this event. We are still looking for sponsors for this event as well. All of that information can be found online, or if you'd like to email me at sydney.pennington@ag.tamu.edu. We can talk further about these sponsorships, but one of the biggest perks of being a sponsor for this event is that if you choose to sponsor, we are going to do an exclusive VIP meet and greet with Kevin Fowler. There will be hors d'oeuvres and an open bar. So we are super looking forward to the sponsors that get to meet Kevin Fowler. I think we might even have him sign some paraphernalia and then auction it off. So definitely become a sponsor today. Limited time or limited space for that. So a lot of room to grow with this kind of event. So we're very excited to see where it goes. We hope everybody can attend. We definitely need to sell these tickets. So make some room in your schedule. Come out on Friday night and enjoy a night of old school 90s country.
That sounds so fun. I can't wait for it. How much are tickets? They're on sale to the public now.
Yeah.
So how much are those tickets and where do people purchase?
So GA tickets are going to be $25, and that goes all the way up to $75 a ticket. Our $75 ticket is going to be our VIP table seated section. So if you don't feel like standing or you don't feel like sitting in the stands, we do have tables of 8, I believe, on the floor where you can sit down, chit chat with each other. They will have a private bar area, so only people that are in the VIP section will be able to go. And it is first come, first serve on the tables about where you get to sit. Some people have contacted me directly to buy multiple tables at a time, and those will be reserved. But $25 to $75. There's GA seating, GA standing, and then there are some box seats that you can get, and I think those ones are $35. Tickets can be purchased off the Extra Co website, and the link is also on our website as well.
Awesome. Well, we've covered a lot of information for really exciting events coming up. Um, we hope to see everyone make it out to one or many of these events. If there's not one in your area, stay tuned. It will be upcoming. But you can certainly travel across the state to be part of these events. It doesn't have to be happening in your back door. So thank you, Sydney, for giving us all of that information. Again, that website where you can find all of this is texas4hfoundation.org. And we also want to encourage you to follow the Texas 4-H Foundation on Facebook and Instagram. We post reminders about the events, information, lots of fun things to see. So follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And we hope to see you at these events. Is there anything else that we need to add on to here, Sydney?
Nope, I think we have covered quite a bit of information. Just these FTD fundraisers are super important, and it's a great way to raise money for the FTDs, your districts, your counties, and honestly, there's the programs in your community. All of the proceeds that we end up getting go straight to grants, scholarships, and right back into programs. So please support where you can. Please come where you can. These will just be a really great, fun way to support 4-H.
Sounds great. Well, thanks for joining me today, Sydney.
Thank you very much, Callie. Appreciate it.
And we'll see y'all next time.